Let's begin by coming into a comfortable seat. Bring one hand to your heart. Take a deep breath into your chest. And then bring the other hand to your belly. Take a deep breath down into your belly, allowing your inhale to rise into your chest. And exhale out completely. Taking those deep breaths into your body as you quiet the mind and begin to bring your awareness onto the mat. And go ahead and inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Allow your palms to meet. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center, bowing your chin in. Setting an intention for your practice today. What is it that you would like to call in? And then come forward onto your hands and to your knees. And start to draw some big circles with your hips, moving your hips over your heels and then back towards your knees. Moving from the right to the left wrist and then over from the left to the right. Return into Tabletop Pose, and as you inhale, open your upper back into cow, and then as you exhale, press down into your hands, round through your shoulders for cat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, step back to plank pose, 1 foot at a time. Feel the low belly lift, shift forward, and exhale, lower all the way down to the mat, moving through Chaturanga. Turning the tops of your feet onto the mat, inhale, lift your chest for Cobra. And then exhale, peel your heart forward and down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower. And then one more time, inhale, lift your chest for Cobra. Feel your collarbones broaden. And then exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and quads up off the mat, and press to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Rooting into your inner palm. Lifting your forearms up away from the mat as you wrap your triceps down. Getting length through your side body as your front body lifts, belly engages. And then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, perhaps bend your knees. And let your head, the crown of your head, drop towards the floor. Lengthening out your neck. Taking a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. And if it feels good, you can interlace the fingers behind your back and come into a shoulder stretch. If not, just switch the fold of your forearms. And then exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, walk your hands back out into downward facing dog pose. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, knee to nose, tiger's pose. Inhale, lift your right foot up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. And then step your right foot forward between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips here. Lengthen your sternum forward and pull your right hip back. Feel your outer hips hug in. Your inner thighs will start to squeeze, almost scissor apart. And take a deep breath in. And then exhale, plant your hands and step back into downward dog. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Exhale, lower just halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, straighten your arms, plank pose, and then exhale into downward dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the sky. Try to keep your hips neutral. And then exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Brawn your collarbones. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Pull your left hip back and squeeze your inner thighs. Take another breath, lengthening your spine. Good. And then exhale, plant your hands down and step back into downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga. Cobra, or turn to the tops of your feet, upward dog. Thigh bones lift, legs engage as your heart reaches forward and up. And then exhale, belly draws you back to downward facing dog. Especially as we move into deeper back bends, keeping that core engaged and your legs energized to protect your lower back. Softening the eyes. Come high onto your toes, bend your knees, step or hop forward between your hands. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana and then exhale to fold. As you inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms overhead, and then exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Rolling the inner thighs back, allowing the heels to disappear behind your toes. Perhaps drawing the lower floating ribs in. Come high into your toes. Bend the knees, step or hop forward between your hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, palms come to meet in front of your heart. Tadasana. Inhale, arms stretch overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step or hop back to bent elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, your right foot up and back. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. This time, run your arms down by your sides. Turn your hands towards the floor so you brawn your collarbones. And then rise up into crescent pose. Exhale, lean your chest back forward again. Lift the low belly. And then inhale, back up into crescent. Exhale, lean your chest just halfway forward. Inhale, back up to crescent. And then exhale, lower your hands down to the mat and reach your right arm up to the sky so you twist. Draw the inner left shoulder back so your left shoulder blade glides down the back. And either stay here or roll to the outer edge of your left foot and stack up for Vashisthasana. You can always lower your left knee down or place your right foot in front of the hip to modify. And then exhale, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, reach your left leg to the sky, and then exhale, knee to nose, tiger's pose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Running your arms down by your sides as you turn your palms to the floor, you'll feel your heart open a little bit. Bend your back knee and reach your arms up into crescent. Exhale, lean your chest forward. Feel the low belly rise. And then reach back up into crescent pose. Exhale, leaning the chest forward, running your arms down by your sides. Draw your left heel further into the ground. And then inhale, come back up into crescent. Exhale, lower your hands down and reach your left hand to the sky, coming into a twist. Right shoulder blade down the back as you make that transition into Vashisthasana, side plank pose. Always remember, you can place your left foot in front of the hip or lower your right knee down. Press your whole right hand down, index knuckle roots. Good. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, and exhale, step it forward. Warrior one, spin your back foot flat, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale through the vinyasa, lower your hands down, Chaturanga, or skip the vinyasa, go straight to downward facing dog. Always an option. Inhale, your left leg will rise. Exhale, step your left foot forward, spin your back foot flat. Warrior one, reach up. And then the exhale takes you all the way down to Chaturanga or into downward facing dog. Once again, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Bend your knees, chair pose, Uttanasana. Press to stand, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Inhale for chair pose. And sink your hips down low. Bring your knees back so you can see your toes. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana, and then exhale, walk your hands forward. Downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, open the hip, and bend your knee. Control your ankle around a little bit as you press into your palms. Straighten out your right leg, square off your hip, and then exhale, step your right foot forward. Warrior two, spin your back foot flat and open your arms to the side, lining up front heel to back arch alignment. Straighten out your right leg, reach forward through your right hand, and lower your right hand down to your shin or to the floor. Stretch wide across your shoulders, press down into your feet, but continue to drink up through those arches. Lengthening your spine forward towards the top of your mat. And then rebend your right knee. Come back into warrior two. Reverse your warrior as you inhale, stretch back. Exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back to plank and lower down through a vinyasa or go straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg will rise. You can open the thigh and bend the knee. Maybe twirl your ankle around a little bit. Straighten out your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot all the way forward between your hands. Spin your back foot flat. And then open up into Warrior Two. Straighten out your left leg. Shift forward into Trikonasana Triangle Pose. Perhaps a slight bend in your left knee, especially if you're hypermobile. Press down into your feet. Continue to lift through your arches. Stretch your fingertips wide. And then bend your front knee, returning into Warrior Two. Reverse your warrior, stretch back. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Step back, Vinyasa, or downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg will rise. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Now lower your knee down to your wrist and lift your right knee back up to your tricep. Right foot up and back into a 3-limb down dog. And then take your right knee to your left tricep. Okay, lower it down to the wrist, lift it back up. Inhale your right leg up and back into a 3-limb down dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale up to Warrior One. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, fold inside of your right thigh for Humble Warrior. Connect to your back foot. Allow it to be the anchor for which your chest can lean further forward. Breathe. Inhale, come back up into Warrior One. Exhale, lower your hands down to the ground. Spin onto your back toes and reach your right hand up to the sky just for a breath. And then exhale, lower your right hand down and straighten your front leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. As you pull your right hip back, continue to reach your heart forward towards your toes. If it feels good, flex your right ankle, pulling your toes back towards your face. You can always bring your hands to blocks or lower your back knee down. Yes, now rebend your front knee. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot and step back into Vashisthasana. Some of you will find Vashisthasana B by taking the peace fingers around your right big toe and reaching your right foot up to the sky. Nice. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Lower the knee down and lift it back up. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Lower the knee down, lift it back up. Inhale your left leg up and back, and then exhale, step your left foot forward. Warrior One. Interlace the opposite thumb behind your back. Draw the knuckles towards the floor as you breathe in, lift your chest. And then exhale, fold inside of your left thigh. Breathe. Inhale, come back up into Warrior One. Exhale, lower your hands to the ground, pivot onto your back toes, reach your left hand to the sky and twist. Exhale, lower your left hand back down, straighten your front leg and pull your hips back. If you like, you can flex the left ankle. Cobra your heart towards your toes. Try to find length in the spine. Your left hip crease folding back. Deep breaths. Now rebend your front knee, rolling to the outer edge of your right foot, right hand plants down. You'll either come into Vashistasana or Vashistasana B. Good, and let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank, through a vinyasa, or straight back into downward facing dog. Soften your jaw. Come high onto your toes, bend your knees, step or hop forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. Bend your knees into chair pose, lift the low belly up. And exhale, lower your hips all the way down to the mat, coming into Navasana, boat pose. Lower your toes down to the ground and then slowly roll all the way onto your back. Lift your arms up and back and send your feet to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your fingertips to touch your toes. Good. A nice little core exercise. Do that a couple more times. Exhale. If your fingertips don't meet your toes, that's okay. Just lift up as much as you can. And then hug your knees into your chest. Lower your right foot down and bring your left leg into what would feel like thread the needle, left ankle outside your right thigh. Bring your left hand out to the side, interlace the fingers behind your head of your right hand, and then exhale, right elbow to left knee. A couple of times like that. Working into your obliques. And then switch. Lower your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, reach your right arm out to the side, interlace your left fingers behind your head, and then as you exhale, take your left elbow to your right knee. And a couple of times just like that. Try not to crank on the neck, really lift your shoulder blades up and use your belly to do the work here. Hug your knees into your chest. Reach your feet up towards the sky. Lower your head down, but interlace the fingers behind your head. Lower your right foot down to hover, and then exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower your left foot down to hover, and exhale, lift it back up. And now reach your arms overhead, hands forward, shoulder blades lift. Ardha Navasana as you inhale, and then exhale, come up into Navasana, boat pose. If you can, straighten your legs, take the peace fingers around your big toes, and then lift your chest a little higher. Activating your entire abdominal wall here. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, cross your shins. Nice. Come back onto your hands and onto your knees. Tabletop pose. Send your right foot back and reach your left hand forward in a handshake position. You can stay right here. You can reach back, left hand to grab your right foot. Press your foot into your hand to lift into an upper back bend. Hug the navel center towards your spine and press into your right palm, just like you would Vashistasana. Good. And then release. Extend your left hand and your right foot back and switch sides. Send your left leg back, reach your right hand forward, and if it feels good, reach back and catch your foot. Kicking into the palm of your hand, you're going to reach your heart forward, lengthening your lower back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take another breath, and then slowly release. Reach your right hand forward, your left foot back, and then lower your hand and your knee. Now come to stand up on your shins. And if you have Uttanasana camel pose, you can walk your hands back to grab your heels, or bring your hands to your lower back and lift your chest up towards the sky. You don't want to fall into the lower back here. You want to lift up out of your lower back so you feel your upper chest open and your low belly rise. And exhale, come up and sit down on your heels to rest. Take a few breaths to recover. You can close your eyes. Backbends can be very stimulating for our nervous system. It helps to energize and awaken the body. So important to return to that breath, to breathe throughout the posture. And then go ahead and reach your hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky, and then exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Hop your back foot in until your front leg straightens. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Setting up for forward facing triangle. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky, and then exhale, reach your left hand forward. Now you can bring your left hand in or outside of your right foot as we set up for revolved triangle. You can always bring your hand to a block. You want to keep your hips neutral here as you reach your right arm up to the sky. Feel your low belly rise as your chest again reaches forward towards the front of your mat. And then exhale, lower your right hand down and come back up to stand. Step your left foot forward next to the right. Go ahead and bend your right knee and catch your right foot, reaching your left arm to the sky. As you exhale, reach your heart forward. Kick into the palm of your back hand, coming into Energizing dancer's pose. No need to go deep here. You can keep your chest lifted as you kick into your hand, lifting your heart. Take another breath. And then come all the way up to stand. Right foot lowers next to the left. And then bend your knees into chair pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the sky, and then exhale, step your left foot forward. Hop your back foot in until the front leg straightens. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Feet are hips width in distance here. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, lean halfway forward. And then lower your right hand down in or outside of your left foot. As you start to twist your chest open to the left, you might choose to reach your left hand up to the sky, but it's always an option. Press into your right foot, keeping your hips neutral. Twists help to neutralize your spine. And then exhale, lower your left hand down. Come back up to stand. And then step your right foot forward next to the left. This time bend your left knee. Catch your left foot with your left hand. And as you exhale, start to lean forward, coming into Energizing dancer's pose. And you can reach your right hand forward. You can reach your right hand to the sky. Strong gaze on one still spot to help support the balance. And then when you're ready, come right back up to stand. And lower your left foot down next to the right. Bend your knees into chair pose. Sit down nice and low. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back into downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. And step back into downward facing dog. Now slide your right shin forward for pigeon pose. As you lower down to pigeon, release the top of your left foot onto the mat. You can stay upright or lean your chest forward. Close your eyes and take a few recovery breaths. And slowly come back up to downward facing dog. Switching sides, slide your left shin forward for pigeon pose. And rolling your right hip down, flexing your left ankle. And you can stay upright, you can lower down. Breathing down into your hips. Good, and slowly come right back up to downward facing dog. And either lower your knees down or hop through your arms into a seat. Lift your feet up and overhead, coming into Halasana, Plow Pose. Bring your hands to your lower back, hug your elbows in like you would in bridge, and lift your feet up towards the sky for shoulder stand. As your feet lift up, try to find a broadening across your collarbones. Keep your head so still, protecting your neck. And then slowly start to bend your knees. Allow your knees to come outside of your face, perhaps to meet your ears. Lower your feet down. Squeeze the knees in towards the ears. You can lower your hands down to the mat. You can interlace the fingers behind your back. Breathe a lot. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your lower back. Straighten out your legs. And as slow as you can, start to roll down your spine. Draw your right knee into your chest. Send your left leg forward, but hover your left heel up off the mat. Bring your lips up to kiss your right kneecap. And then lower your chest and left heel down. And come into a twist. Right knee over to the left as you open up your right arm. Soften your right shoulders. Relax your eyes. Give yourself this time to surrender into a restorative stretch. And connect to your breath. And then draw your right knee back in. As you switch sides, draw your left knee in, send your right foot forward, but hover the heel up off the mat. Lift your lips up to kiss your left kneecap. And then exhale, lower your chest and your right heel down. And come into a twist, left knee over to the right as you reach your left arm out to the side. And breathe a lot. Releasing any effort, giving yourself this time to receive. And draw your left knee back and towards your chest. And then send your left leg forward next to the right. Run your arms down by your sides. Turn your hands towards the sky. Allow your toes to open to the side. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath through your nose. And an open sigh out your mouth. Shavasana, corpse pose. And taking this time to allow your body the chance to recover. Relaxing the back of your eyes, your tongue from the roof of your mouth. As you soften across your shoulders and down through your arms, into your chest and abdomen, and down through your hips and thighs, now through the soles of your feet. And we'll end the practice right here. Feel free to rest here for as long as your body needs. Thank you all so much for joining me here on the mat. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. The light in me sees, honors, and greets the light within you. Namaste.